New York's window on the world.
City, it's time to join the millions of families from coast to coast and listen to America's favorite, The Breakfast Club. This portion brought to you by Tony Home Permanent, the Cream Coal Wave. And here's your Toastmaster, the presidential candidate of the Breakfast Club party, Don McNeill.
Good morning. Good morning. We woke up bright and early just about. Howdy do ya? Now, first call to breakfast that Tony brings to you. Eddie Valentine and the boys are here with a tune or two. Come on, gang, let's take a poll in this day's meeting. Line up, kids, I'll call the roll and sing you deal. Nancy Lee.
How do you do?
And Jack Owen. Glad to see you. Sam and Aunt Fanny are here today.
The Breakfast Club, let's keep on smiling out there. The Breakfast Club is from the
Good morning to you, my delegates assembled here. This is the big Breakfast Club convention assembling here in the Academy of Music in Philadelphia. The place is packed here this morning, and there are signs up all over the place. Don McNeill for president. Yes.
Oh, we lost our head.
Yes, I'm hoping.
Let's have a louse in the White House.
Here, get out of here. Let's get out of here. There's only one slight bit of opposition to my nomination, and
My dark horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
your dark horse. I don't know who it is, but we're having trouble.
Don't worry about him, Chief.
Thank
we'll
you.
crush him. We'll steamroll him.
Thank you.
Still witches.
Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
Cast
Patsy,
your vote for McNeil, the goat.
get out. Get out. I don't want any more opposition. I want you all, too, to smile prettily. We're being televised this morning. Very first time that the Breakfast Club show has been televised in the morning. That's it? Don't overdo it now. The Philco television cameras are trained upon us, and we're on Philadelphia, DuMont, New York, Baltimore, and Washington. Sorry you folks all over the country can't see it, but someday you will. The whole works, I'm sure. Now, I don't want any more opposition from you, Sam. I want to hear a good...
I wonder how the dark horse will show up on television.
Oh, never mind.
They got enough lights?
Never mind.
Oh, all right.
Patsy, I want you to know I'm happy you're with me.
I'm very happy to be here.
You, when I get in the White House, will be my answer to Margaret Truman.
Oh. Me, hoo.
I'll tell you, when we arrived here in Philadelphia yesterday, we were positively thrilled. They had the station there at Broad Street just packed with thousands and thousands of teeming people, and it was wonderful, the fine reception we got. They backed the presidential train in slightly late. Right in the Broad Street station, and it was wonderful. The train stopped with a jerk, and there was Sam. And there were thousands of people. Then they took us on a big parade right down Broad Street, around City Hall there, and past the Union League Club. And several of the members of the Union League Club got out of their swivel chairs and came out to see who it was. They wanted to case the joint.
When they found out who it was, they went right back to their swivel chair.
All right, now I don't want any more trouble with you. Boys, gals, come on, let's have my campaign song here, should we? number 12. I'm going to ask Mrs. John Bramer of Philadelphia, Mrs. John Stay of Philadelphia, and Mrs. Ann Bulbus of this fine city all to come up on the stage here. I'd like to have words with them. They will. Oh, it's lovely to see all you fine, clean-washed delegates sitting out there in this wonderful place. We were going to hold our convention like the other parties in Convention Hall originally, but they gave us something about repairing the roof for the other conventions. If they just let us there, we'd have torn the joint right apart, and the roof, too, I'm sure. But we're having it here in the Academy of Music, which is lovely. Are you the first one I mentioned, Mrs. John Bramer? Where's Mrs. John Bramer? Oh, she's trying to pick her way through the assembled crowd there and my delegate signs. Come right up here, Mrs. Bramer. You're from Philadelphia. And I understand from your card, Mrs. Bramer, pick your way through our cast here if you can get over. Understand from your card that you have, how many votes have you got for me?
We have 3 now. But there's one away by November.
What?
I'll have 4 for you.
4 by November?
That's right.
Sit down, Mrs. Bramer. Take it easy. Have a glass of water. Friends, there is just what one lady is doing for me. You can do the same. Thank you, Mrs. Bramer. By the way...
Pleasure.
What?
It's been a pleasure to meet you. I've always wanted to.
Thank you. Thank Mr. Bramer, too. You're Mrs. John Stay? Over here. There. She'll get back by herself, Sam. You say that this Academy of Music should be a lucky place for us to hold a convention. Why?
Why, because Ulysses S. Grant was renominated here for President of the United States, right here in the Academy of
In
Music.
this same place?
Right here.
Oh, isn't that thrilling? And you know that General Grant and I were born in the same
I know
town?
you were.
Galena,
There's only
Illinois?
2 presidents from the Illinois. My husband and I were up last night till 1:30 looking up all this stuff.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for telling us that, because that gives me a good idea that General Grant, he made it
Right
from
here.
From here.
Right here.
Oh, thank you very much. I feel better about the whole thing now, Mrs. Stay. I hope you and your husband, you better go home, both of you, and get some sleep now. What?
He's home watching me.
Oh, he's watching you on television. Well, that's fine. He'll tell you how pretty you look. Yeah. Oh, wave to your little boy. Good. You know, that's wonderful. And now the television is here, and that we'll be doing this by television quite a bit from now on. People won't be always asking me to say hello to their kids at home. They'll just go like this, you know. You're Mrs. Ann Bulbus.
Bubbles.
What?
Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbless.
Right.
Isn't that cute? And you are, too. Mrs. Bubbless, I understand you have Tony Wade.
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh. Who introduced you to Tony Home Permanent?
Oh, we have approximately 60 or more girls at work, and the majority of them are using them.
Work where?
Dopers on Broad Street.
Oh, I see. You're one of the gals,
Yes,
huh?
I am.
Uh-huh. What particularly do you like about your Tony?
Well, they're very soft and easy to manage and very natural looking, I believe.
Oh, it's
Plenty of body to the hair. Well, thank you.
just grand.
This is what I've always dreamed about.
Well, I've always dreamed about stroking a Tony like this, too. Bubbles. How long do your Tonys last you?
Well, approximately, I'd say from 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months, huh? Well, that looks awful pretty. And thanks for telling the other 60 gals who work where you do about it, too. Thank you very much, Mrs. Bubbless. And now my Tony spokesman, Jim Felix.
Miss Bubbless, since you're a Tony user, we're sure you'll vote for McNeil for president. Yes, we're asking all the millions and millions of lovely ladies who have Tony waves to vote for McNeil. Did you know how many there are? Well, listen to this. More than 37 million Tony home permanents have been sold. Yes, more than 37 million.
37 million votes. Boy, that's sure to put Don in the White House.
Yes, we say every vote for Tony is a vote for McNeil, so join the millions for McNeil.
And friends, here comes my first nominating speech from Jack Owens.
Friends, I've known our friend the candidate, Donald T. McNeill, for 14 years, since 1934, which was long before I wrote the Hutset song, and even before I wrote Hi Neighbor, even long before I wrote Bayou Bayou, the Louisiana Lullaby. Then a few years later, I had the pleasure of coming back to visit him This was long before I wrote Cynthia's in Love, or How Soon. I've known him even before the Hooky Loud song.
There. You're me. I'm the guy.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
He's our kid. My gal and I were married by a justice of the peace a year ago today in Jackson Hole. She raised an awful ruckus 'cause it weren't in a church. A wedding in a church had been her goal. She pestered me to wed again. She pestered me every day. I said I paid one license fee. That's all I'm gonna pay. She bundled up her duffel bag and left my shack. And it took a wedding in a church to win her back. My gal is mine once more. The same old gal I married before. We're hitched again and I made it plain. This time the brand is gonna remain. My gal is mine once more. She may be mean as can be. The second wedding showed me that she can't get along without me. Ring the church bells through the prairie. Ring the cowbells round the prairie. Found my darling, so nice. I had to marry her twice and carry her across my door. She'll keep in line come shower or shine. The way she kissed me sure is a sign. My gal is mine once more.
Very nice. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Fine. Vermont, 3 votes for McNeil. Did you hear that? Stuff I want to hear. Here you go. This is going swell. No opposition at all so far, with one little exception.
How about my dark horse?
Get out of here.
Well, he knows. He knows how to run. He goes to Garden State every day.
Get out of here. Take it easy.
We'll keep him in line, Chief.
Thank you very much. Watch that guy. I'm having trouble with him. Dark horse, he said.
Not going to start any snowballing here.
No,
You
sir.
have nothing to worry about.
Thank
Let's
you.
get a pill on Capitol Hill. Vote.
Get out of here. Isn't that awful? I'll get that guy forward through. Any questions you want to know? Just ask me a question here about my stand about any matter. Go ahead.
Well,
Jeff.
now, do the workings of modern labor union please you?
What's that again?
I say, does the modern union suit you?
I refuse to discuss union suits on this program. Anything else you want to know?
Well, how do you feel about capital and labor?
Very kindly. Very kindly. Yes.
Glad to see you make a positive stand.
Yes. Anything else you want to know, just let me know. And now, here is Jim Felix for Tony.
I'd like to ask my dear constituents, the lovely fair-haired women who enjoy soft water shampooing with new Tony Cream Shampoo, to cast their ballots for McNeil for president. Remember, it was this genial gentleman of the Breakfast Club who introduced you to the wonderful new product, Tony Cream Shampoo. So now you can reciprocate by voting for McNeil for president. Remember, for beautiful hair, Tony Cream Shampoo. And for president, Don McNeill. I thank you.
WABD, Channel 5, key station of the DuMont Television Network.
Swift's Premium and Swift's Brookview products and the Breakfast Club with Don McNeill.
Good morning, good morning. We like to see you smile. Call to breakfast and time to get a lift. With a guy named Don McNeill and whose products make life swift.
Oh, we had a wonderful trip down here yesterday. Boy, that Coco really put it on for us when we arrived here. He gave us a good, swift welcome. It was wonderful. I have looked over the entire list of cards here turned in by my delegates assembled here in the Academy of Music, and I only find one in opposition that might agree with Sam. I'd like her to come up here and fight it out with me. Carolyn Flickinger of Philadelphia writes right on her card, I would not vote for you. Come on right up here, honey. Let's find out why. I'm going to quell this opposition at its roots. Say, I don't know. I hate a fight with her.
Don't weaken, Chief. Don't weaken. She's against us.
All right. Why did you write on your card, Carolyn, that you wouldn't vote for me?
Because I think you do more good from 9 to 10 every morning than any president that I have ever known.
Don't be swayed. She's probably a stooge from Ralph Edwards.
Well, you know, we could still have the program from the White House. Yeah. Did you ever think of that?
No, I didn't think of that.
No. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
That would be all right.
Yeah, fine. Well, thank you, Carol. I'm glad it's nothing worse than that. You had me worried there. The only trouble I'm having, really, is with this guy here. Dark horse for president.
Wait till the dark horse gets here.
Yeah. We're not worried. Patsy right now. Thank you, Carolyn. You're very nice. Patsy right now presents another nomination speech for me. Patsy,
I have a little speech here prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow delegates, as spokeswoman for the younger generation of these United States, I have only a few words to say concerning the coming election. We, the young people, want a young president. We want a hep cat for president. We want a man who's on the ball and can dig our jive. We want a man whose boots are laced high. I cast 47 votes in favor of that real gone guy, Don McNeill. Together, always together, that's how it used to be. Together, heedless of weather. Laughed at the rain together, sang love's refrain together, and we'd both pretend it would never end. One day we cried.
What's that again? Illinois, 20 votes for McNeil. Yeah. That's the old type of thing I like to hear. Now, speaking in behalf of my candidacy, I present a delegate originally from Pennsylvania, now from Illinois, Mr. Don Dowd.
Ladies and gentlemen and worthy supporters of Don McNeill for president, I want you to know that my candidate is a man who, in the face of fiercest pressures that assail him from his political adversaries, has steadfastly remained a true man of the home. Last night, I found him reading this week's Saturday Evening Post. I reached over this typical homebody's shoulder and turned to an interesting advertisement by Swift & Company. Read that headline, McNeil, I said. And he read, when you order Swifts, it's a nationwide hookup. And the ad shows you how supplying you with fine Swift quality meats calls for a coordinated hookup of 73,000 employees. The hookup begins with the Swift livestock buyers who bid competitively for meat on the hook. But only the very finest of the meat they buy from coast to coast is selected for Swift's top branded products. And long before this meat reaches your dealer's door, skilled processors the nation over have given it the fine care such quality products deserve. Perishables are protected by refrigeration, packed in many ingenious flavor-saver ways. And back of all these operations are Swift's research laboratories with their Martha Logan test kitchens, with their recommendations for properly handling and cooking meats, as well as other Swift foods, right in your own home. Truly, it's a nationwide hookup when you order Swifts. One that assures you of top quality, top nutrition, top flavor, right down to the last nourishing bite. So every time you order, say Swifts, please. Candidate McNeil, a typical American family man, was tremendously impressed by my words. We rushed to the kitchen for a Swift's bacon sandwich, chanting as we went the familiar McNeil slogan, get a good Swift meal with Don McNeill.
Now to get to a little serious note, as you breakfast clubbers are fully aware, during the month of May, instead of our usual sunshine shower where we send a postcard or letter to someone in a hospital, I'm asking you in behalf of my good friend Tom Brenneman to contribute whatever you feel you can to the Tom Brenneman Memorial Fund. It's a heart fund for those suffering with heart disease and research in an attempt to find a cure, therefore. So if you have a moment today and if you have a spare dollar or so, I'd like you to send it to the Tom Brenneman Heart Fund, Box 3484, Chicago 77, Illinois. And now it's our moment of silent prayer. I'm going to ask you, each in his own words, each in his own way, for a world united in peace, bow your heads and let us pray. Amen. And now it's memory time around the breakfast table. Of course, we're doing a lot of kidding about this presidential nomination. But if someone ever asked me to give any advice to young married people, I think I'd repeat the words of a sage who was venerable in age and of sound judgment and prudence, and who spent his days administering admonition to young married people. Now, his wisdom has been passed down the ages and is summarized in 16 points. They're pretty good ones. And it's well to suggest that older folks, perhaps, too, are not too old to learn as well sometimes about how to get along with each other. First, don't ever both get angry at the same time. Never talk at one another, either alone or in company. Never speak loud to one another unless the house is on fire. Let each strive to yield oftenest to the wishes of the other. Let self-denial be the daily aim and practice of each. Never find fault, unless it is perfectly certain that a fault has been committed, and always speak lovingly. Never taunt with a past mistake. Neglect the whole world rather than one another. Never allow a request to be repeated. Never make a remark at the expense of each other. Never part for a day without loving words to think of during absence. Never meet without a loving welcome. Never let the sun go down upon an anger or grievance. Never let any fault that you have committed go by until you have frankly confessed it and asked forgiveness. Never forget the happy hours of early love. And finally, never sigh over what might have been, but make the best of what is.
Once in the dear dead days beyond recall, when on the world the mist began to fall, out of the dreams that rose in happy throng, low to our hearts love sang an old sweet song. And in the dusk where fell the firelight gleam, softly it wove itself into our dreams. Just a song at twilight, when the lights are low, and the flickering shadows softly come and go. Though the heart be weary, sad the day and long, still to us at twilight comes love's old song. Comes love's old sweet
Will Bob and Evelyn States of Philadelphia come up here to the podium, please?
I just got another report.
Did you?
You'll like it, but I don't.
What?
Some lady called up from Alden, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Marion June says you have 7 more votes.
Oh, glad to hear
Her
it.
cat had kittens this morning.
Oh. Where are the states? They're coming up here. I was going to call on an Anna Wugley of, is that Wissinomming? Whistling? Gesundheit. Whistling, Philadelphia. Because she wrote on her card, she said, yeah, old hometown. She said, I'm the president of the Wisconsin American Legion Auxiliary, member of the board of directors of the First Aid Corps, secretary of the Nameless Cub First Aid Society, the Red Cross, the Gray Ladies. My son's girlfriend has 5 sisters. Each has a boyfriend. My husband has 3 brothers, 1 sister, 1 brother-in-law, 2 sisters-in-law, 1 sister, 2 brothers, 1 brother-in-law, and 1 sister-in-law. We have 26 nieces and nephews, but I felt she'd done enough, so I'm not even going to ask her to come up here with all that. You are the states, huh? You are Bob States?
That's right.
You are Evelyn States? Well, I'm interested in getting all the states to vote for me, so I thought I'd get you up here. Are you United States?
That's right.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. How long have you been united?
For 10 years.
For 10 years. Are there... Glad to hear that. How long have you been united?
For 10 years.
For 10 years. Are there any little states?
One back there in the audience.
One back there in the audience. Well, fine. Have I your vote, states?
Oh, entirely, yes.
You bet.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to have two of the states come right up here. I thought they would stay where they were. Now, here's a friend of yours who's going to say...
You just heard the second call to breakfast, brought to you by Swift & Company, makers of famous Swift quality foods. Now it's time for the third call to breakfast, also sponsored by Swift & Company. Presenting America's favorite, Swift's Premium Bacon and the Breakfast Club with Don McNeill.
Our third call to breakfast.
A suggestion, if we may.
With products on the table that we march around each day.
Hey, boys, now we're going to march with all the voters going to the polls in the presidential election in November. Give them a nice Pennsylvania message for us, too, right? Some fine marchers there among that group this morning, too, believe you me. Yes, sir. Say, as long as you're marching out there, little girl, march right up here, Blondie, and let's have a word with you. Let's find out who you are. We had such good marchers. Well, look at this guy, plastered with McNeil buttons. Say, you got so many Don McNeill for President buttons. Would you like to give her one?
Yeah.
All right. I think that'd be nice if you took one off, because she hasn't got one. Yeah. There you
I
go.
don't know if you should do that.
Why?
Because we don't want any voters that haven't got all their buttons.
Bro.
That only means they're going steady now.
Oh, does it? What's your name?
Lynn Elkin,
Where you from?
Huntington Valley.
Oh, from Huntington Valley, huh? And what? That's a bunch of people from Trenton applauding there. What's your name?
Reginald Wood,
Where you from, Reginald?
Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia, huh? Ah. Say, Reggie, how old are you?
8.5.
You look like Frank Sinatra a little bit with that tie and...
Thanks.
Huh?
Thanks.
It's all right, Reggie. Who do you think I look like? Huh?
Well, Don McNeill.
Yeah. Is your daddy and mother here, too?
Mm-hmm. No, my daddy isn't here, but my mother is.
Oh. What does your daddy do?
Well,
It is a question sometimes. It's a question. What does he do?
well, he's a sales manager for 2 companies.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
They might be in opposition to ours. I'm not going to ask you what they are. Doesn't work for Philco or Swift, does he?
No.
Well, everybody can't be that privileged, of course. Reggie, does your mama love your daddy?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
Well,
Did your mom ever kiss you, Daddy?
mm-hmm.
How often?
Oh. All the time.
How much?
A lot of times.
Oh, that's fine. About every month or two?
No.
Every day?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Say, do you go to school?
Yes.
What grade are you in?
3rd grade.
Isn't school going today?
Yes, but we just came over to see the dog.
Oh. How about your teacher when you go back?
Well, I don't know what you'll say.
I don't either. Are you doing pretty well in your schoolwork?
I guess so.
Uh-huh. Bet you are. Well, where did we get these spares here? Fine, thank you, too, very much. Oh, look at that. Hey, come here, Windmill. Come here. What's your name?
Costello.
What do you do, Joseph? What are all those books you got there?
The kids.
Oh, for the kids? What kind of books are they?
Tablets.
Oh, tablets. Fine. Are you the guy who supplies the tablets for the kids? Doesn't it feel funny when your head's going around like this? What's your name?
George Kaufman.
What do you do, George?
Huh? I got $20,000 for the Dark Horse campaign for sale.
Where have you got it?
In my pocket.
Let's see it. Let's see that $20,000 that you got in your pocket.
there the Dark Horse came too. Look.
By God, he has. The kid is loaded, too. Yes, sir. That's good old fake money. That's fine. When I get elected, there'll be no fake money. It'll all be genuine, and $1 will be worth at least 50 cents. Now, what's your name, Sonny?
Richard Charles Shell.
Oh, say, that's a fine name. Where do you live?
6429 Marston.
Do you? You go to school, too?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
First grade.
Are you? Is work hard this year at school?
No.
What's your ambition? What do you want to be when you grow up? President?
No, I want to be a fire engine man.
Yeah. Well, that's a good ambition for you. Thank you very much, son. You're a good chap there. Find your way back. Oh, these cute kids here this morning? All right, and now, friends, I think that perhaps, what should we do about now, Doc?
Well, Don, I think you ought to make a political speech right now to ensure your presidential nomination, but it's also time for the Swift commercial.
Good night.
Yeah.
I forgot that. What can we do here?
Well, Don, there's only one thing we can do. We'll just have to give your political speech and my commercial both at the same time. Yeah, you talk a little while, then I'll interrupt you and vice versa. And, well, go ahead. You start it, will you?
Citizens of America, my great-grandfather made a good politician. My grandfather made a good politician. My father made a good politician, and I would make
good bacon. Yes, Swift's Premium Bacon is truly good bacon. You see, Swift's Premium Bacon is cured and smoked by a special process to give it a mellow, sweet smoked taste. Every single package of Swift's Premium Bacon contains
50 million Frenchmen. Now, as to this question of foreign relations, I have this to say. If I am elected, I promise you that by next year, every patriotic American will be
sizzling in the skillet. Yes, that teasing, tantalizing aroma of Swift's Premium Bacon sizzling in the skillet is an appetizing invitation to enjoy a brighter breakfast. In fact, a lady who lives in Peoria recently said that she had
75,000 children under 6 years of age. And it is my belief that these children are old enough to be
kissing their wives at breakfast. Yes, husbands who eat a good, hearty breakfast the kind nutritionists recommend. Start the day right, start the day bright. So for a brighter breakfast, begin with Swift's Premium Bacon. Remember, you'll start the day off with a bang if you eat several
atomic bombs. And in closing, let me remind you that the last time I ran for public office,
Swift's Premium Bacon won. Yes, when homemakers from coast to coast were asked to vote for their favorite bacon, they said that they
won't shave their long gray beards until I'm in office.
Don't forget McNeill's familiar slogan. For all the votes across the nation, vote for McNeil and Swift's Premium Bacon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing you a telecast of the Breakfast Club from the Academy of Music. This is WFIL.
WABD, Channel 5, key station of the DuMont Television Network.
This is M. Ethel McNeil of Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. Gee, 15... Oh, brother, that was a long time ago. We've got a parrot here this morning. I'll go over and talk to that parrot in just a minute. But first of all, Jack, I want to send you around.
Oh, I want to sing to all the girls.
Yes, go around and get my delegates in a good humor before we have the final vote. Take it away, boy.
The cutest gal in town, you heartbreaker.
like puppets on a string. You heartbreaker, you'll be the lonely one when all your fun is through. So be careful what you do when you break a heart in two, for that heart may belong to you. Heartbreaker, arduous galveston, you heartbreaker. Boys follow you around. You think that you are having your fun. Aching hearts just like puppets on a string. You'll be the lonely one when all your fun is through. So be careful what you do when you break a heart in two, for that heart may belong to you.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Jack. Candidate, I think that we have the support of the gals.
Yeah, they certainly are. North Dakota, 4 votes for McNeil. Thank you, delegate. Thank you. I got to find out about this parrot over here. They have donkeys, Democrats, Republicans have, of course, their elephant. We've got to have something. We got a parrot here, just as cute as can be. A real live parrot. I don't know if he'll say what I want him to, but I hope he does. Hello, Polly. Oh. Attaboy. Whoop. Take it easy, Polly. Say. McNeil for president. Thank you, Polly. Thank you. I feel the same way about it.
Friends of Don McNeill for president, for generations you homemakers from coast to coast have learned to depend upon the ever-reliable high quality of Swift's Premium Ham and Swift's Premium Bacon. You know through experience that Swift's Premium Ham will always be tender and flavorful, that it will have the same mellow, brown, sugar-cured goodness that has made it America's favorite ham. So remember at the polls, Swift's Premium Bacon and Swift's Premium Ham always win, and you'll really be baking with Swift when you vote for Don McNeill, America's favorite ham. And don't forget, McNeill's familiar slogan, whether your choice is ham or bacon, vote for McNeill. He'll carry the nation. This portion of the breakfast...
WABD Channel 5, key station of the DuMont Television Network.
We pause now for station identification.
Philco! Great! Philco, the quality refrigerator with all the features, brings you fourth call to breakfast.
Good morning, Breakfast Clubbers. It's time to sing ya
another cheery greeting, so may we bring ya
four calls to breakfast. Philco call to breakfast.
Yes, sir, and as we open the Philco refrigerator this morning, we find that the Philco television cameras are covering us and the entire cast, and Philco, too. Philco brought us down here to Philadelphia, as you know, for this convention, and so we're very, very happy about the whole doggone thing. It'll be wonderful when we can have television all the time, and I'll say we open up the Philco refrigerator, and she'll open up, and there she'll be. Now, I would like to ask Mrs. Mary Ellen Ryan of Philadelphia to come up here if she can. This lady says she's 87 years old. One of my oldest voters probably here this morning. And if she could come up the stage, I'd love to have her. She could make it. Why, is she coming? Good. Come on up here, Miss Ryan.
There's another speech I'd like to make.
What?
There's another speech I'd like to make.
What's that?
Vote for the dark horse. Don't vote for McNeil. From Puxatawny to Walla Walla, there's one guy that I can't swallow.
All right, stop. Give me that stuff. I have enough trouble with you. Oh, here comes the little lady. Oh, yes, I would like very much to introduce the First Lady of the land, who's here this morning. I don't know whether she's backstage or whether she's out there in front. There she is. Kay, come up here on the stage and be introduced along with this lady, will you please? Here comes the First Lady of the Breakfast Club, Mrs. Don McNeill, of whom I'm very proud. There she is over there. Kay, welcome to the Breakfast Club. Local television camera. Got the buttons on her, see?
Oh, yes. Don, I'm sorry I don't have a large white hat.
Yeah.
But I was without a voice this morning. I wasn't able to ask the people, you know.
Well, you were leading those rallies for me last night.
I know it. I overdid.
Yes, but you certainly look swell this morning, Kay.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up here. Now let's meet this lovely looking lady here. She wants to meet Kay, too. She's pretty.
Hey, this is Mary Ryan.
Hello,
87
Mary.
years young. Don?
How are you?
I've certainly been waiting for years to see you and your wife.
Well, it's good to see you, Mary Ellen Ryan. Are you 87 years young?
86.
Oh.
That's a big error.
I'm sorry I called you 87, Mary.
That's all right.
86.
86.
You don't look a day over.
It's a good July.
Uh-huh. Well, that's fine. You lived here all your life in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Uh-huh. You like the Quaker City?
Yes, very much.
What section do you live in?
In North Philadelphia.
North Philadelphia. Uh-huh. Mary Ellen Ryan. Huh?
Yes.
Well, say, Mary Ellen, how long have you listened to our Breakfast Club now?
About 10 years.
About 10 years? Uh-huh. How long does it seem to you?
86.
Here.
Oh, but I couldn't say
You
son.
couldn't
I
say
couldn't say it, son.
What do you do mostly at home now?
Nothing at all. Just sit and listen
Just
to
sit
your
and listen?
every day to your program.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day you listen?
Every day of my life.
Are you going to vote for me?
Indeed, I am.
Are you? How many times have you voted in your life?
Oh, ever since the women had a vote.
Yes. How many times are you going to vote for me?
Oh, as many as I can.
Many as you can. Oh, thank you, honey. You're cute. Thank you very much. Mary Ellen Ryan. Sure is cute. Come on and help her down, will you? All right, Patsy, a little song for everybody. Papa, won't you dance?
Papa, won't you dance with me? Oh, dance with me. Please dance with me. Papa, take a chance with me and dance with me tonight. And when you whirl me round and round we'll go, right off the ground we'll go, around and round we'll go. And when we hear those trombones sliding by, we'll be gliding high up to the sky. I love the Papa, won't you dance with me? Oh, dance with me. Please dance with me. When you hold me tight. Oh, Papa, won't you dance with me tonight?
Got somebody for you, Patsy.
Oh, boy. Papa, polka, Papa, won't you dance with me? Oh, dance with me, please dance with me. When you hold me tight, oh, Papa, won't you dance with me? Oh, Papa, dance with me tonight.
Kid. Thank you. Look at that, too. Oh, that's swell.
35 votes for John McNeill.
Thank you, Pennsylvania. Thank you, boy. I appreciate that. Boy, did you see when you were singing, a kid brought me a popsicle here. Yeah. Just fits my mouth, I guess.
Looks more like an all-year sucker.
Yeah, I'll say so. Well, friends, voters, the Breakfast Club party, I challenge Sam's mystery candidate, whoever he is, this dark horse, to match my contribution to the bigger and better American way of life. Now, remember, Breakfast Clubbers, I stand foursquare on my pledge to put into every kitchen in this broad land of ours a new 1948 Philco refrigerator. Nominate me, and here's what I'll put into the White House, the greatest refrigerator of all time. One other refrigerator gives you gorgeous, transparent Conservador. Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful Conservador, transparent.
I can see through that just like your stupid speeches.
Now, never mind, Sam. And for hotheads like you, I might say, Sam, and especially for Congress, I'll introduce shelf control. Philco, shelf control, that is.
So long, McNeil, and be good to your shelf.
Oh.
Hey, gee, you can move these shelves to any way you want. Now, I'll show you.
That's right, you can, Patsy. She's running over there now. Television cameras can see her actually opening the shelf and moving them around inside. You can do it, too. It's very lovely. Breakfast Clubbers, Philco also gives you the only freezer locker big enough to freeze the national debt. And now, Ace Murphy, second my nomination and get out the Philco vote, will you, old boy?
Breakfast Clubbers, if you can't draft Eisenhower, you can still have McNeil.
Well, who wants him?
Well, if you don't want McNeil, and Sam, how about a new Philco, huh?
Oh, yes.
You better. The sponsors are sitting over there, about 10 of them.
I know.
I challenge anybody to find a refrigerator that'll get out the women's vote faster than the advanced design refrigerator, friends. And I challenge anybody to figure out a cozier way of gold bricking in the kitchen than that sensational new Philco home freezer. A regular food store right in your own kitchen. And one way to check inflation in your food budget. So, Breakfast Clubbers, vote for McNeil and drudgery repeal. I give you the winning ticket, Mr. and Mrs. McNeil in the White House and Mr. and Mrs. Philco in your kitchen. Remember, our slogan for McNeil is, elect the old geezer and get a new freezer.
What do you want to do?
I'll make another speech for my candidate, the Dark Horse.
Oh.
Don't be a heel and join the mob. I'll call him a jerk if it costs me my job.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Who is this? Who is this dark horse you're talking about all the time and running in opposition to me?
I'll tell him right now.
Who is it?
Me!
Get him out of here. I can't have that opposition among my own guests. Get him out of here. Me. All right, here's your old friend, Aunt Fanny. Let's bring her in.
Hey, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing just well.
Well, I've thought of the whole thing now. I know just how to swing this.
Oh, do you?
Yes, sir. I'll just enlist the help of the fancy doers and busy fingers.
Oh, wonderful.
And I think the thing to do is to call Nettie up, and I've already arranged for this call.
Why?
I think she's on the other end of the wire.
Oh, God.
She ain't, something is. Hello, Nettie? Say, Nettie, you can do us a great, big, wonderful, fine favor. You know, Mr. McNeil is running for president, and I want you... Nettie, wait a minute. Wait, you didn't want to be president of the Fancy Doors and Busy Fingers.
No. The United States.
No, Nettie, of the whole shooting match. Yes. Well, I'll tell you, you'd never find a better man than he is. Oh, I should say. Well, he plans to make it a great big operation, I guess. My operation? Well, let me tell you, Nettie, I feel pretty good after it.
Tell about me.
About you?
Yeah,
Did you have an operation?
No.
he didn't have an operation, Eddie. Oh, about the president.
Yeah, president.
Well, I don't know. I guess, yeah, the McNeil's have got a nice house now, but, you know, folks like to move once in a while. Well, Nettie, I'll tell you, us girls will get together and you'll never know the White House when we get through with it. I should... You don't mean to tell me. Why, how long was... Why, they've been married 40 years, haven't they, Nettie? Yes, I know they've got 8 children. Oh, you don't mean it. Well, sir, and they're separating, are they? Oh, Nettie, you can't explain things like that. Maybe they just didn't like each other. Oh, well, now to get back to Mr.
Tell her
McNeil.
about me running for president.
Oh, Nettie, I wouldn't worry. I think Pearl will get a man one day or another. Sure. Well, I know you...
Tell her about me, ma'am.
Oh, well, say about Mr. McNeil, we've got to have a slogan. I want you to get a slogan now for the girls. Well, how's that? Tap, crochet, and knit, and purl. Cast your votes for Don McNeill. Why, say, Nettie, that's not his name, you know. Oh, well, she says if you get to the White House, you'll be called a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
Well, sir, I'll tell you what, Nettie, I'll be in constant touch with you. Oh, say, don't run her for president. Oh, no. I should say not. Alfie Fritz Singer wants to run for president.
Fancy doers
and busy fingers. No. Well, I won't vote for her. No, sir. No, sir. She twirls the thread 4 times for a French knot, and you know it's only 3. No, I won't have anything to do with her. Well, Nettie, I'll be in constant touch with you.
Tell her about me. Don't forget the girls. Vote for me.
Oh, yes. Vote for McNeil. You betcha. Well, you won't be sorry.
Yeah.
I won't either.
Phoned in 10 votes from Indianapolis.
You don't mean it. Well, goodbye. All right, sir. Now I'll tell you what we've got to do.
What?
I think the thing to do is to figure on just how many votes we can lay our hands on.
Well, that's what I want to know, too. I want to know if I'm nominated.
All right, I know that I can deliver 26 from the Fancy Doers and Busy Fingers and 27 if Myrtle Stryker gets back in town.
Yes, that's fine.
Now, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, Aunt Fanny, yes. As a matter of fact, I have something to tell you about the votes.
All right.
I'll tell you, as speaking for the delegation from Illinois, candidate McNeil, I have the honor to announce here in this beautiful auditorium this morning that you have been unanimously nominated as the Breakfast Club candidate for President of the United States.
I just want to say that if I'm elected, I'll kiss every baby in America. I'll kiss every baby in America.
This is ABC, the American Broadcast.
This is the DuMont television.